Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am so incredibly thrilled you're here today because we are diving into a really high stakes concept. It's something that is fundamentally reshaping the senior care industry as we know it. We're talking about the invisible conversion point. Basically, this is that precise, completely untracked moment that either turns a curious family into a confirmed census growth statistic for your community or, well, sends them straight over to your competitor. So let's dive right into this, because what we're unpacking today is absolutely going to change how you look at your entire sales process.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the invisible conversion point, and when families actually decide. Think about the standard journey for a second. We tend to focus so heavily on the in-person tours, the beautifully printed brochures, the facility grounds. But ask yourself this, when does a family actually make the decision to pick up the phone and call you? If you're thinking it's when they see your billboard or land on your gorgeous homepage, you're actually missing the most critical piece of the puzzle. Families are making up their minds on Google long before that first phone call or visit ever happens. Picture it. They're sitting at their kitchen tables, probably late at night, just filled with anxiety about their loved one's future, and they are silently evaluating you. Before they ever speak to a single human being at your facility, their first impression, it's already completely cemented.
Take a look at this specific number right here, 7 to 10. Families read an average of 7 to 10 reviews before they build up enough trust in a senior care brand to even reach out. Just think about the gravity of that for a moment. 7 to 10 distinct, highly personal experiences from other families have to be digested and analyzed before they feel safe enough to literally just dial your number. Not before they visit, but before they call. If those 7 to 10 reviews aren't painting this really clear picture of compassionate, reliable care, that invisible conversion point just completely breaks down. You lose them before you ever even knew they were looking. Which brings us right into Section 2, the power of recency, and why old reviews just aren't enough anymore. It's kind of a surprising reality check, but merely having a really high volume of positive reviews, that is no longer a safety net. The absolutely crucial point is this. Families focus laser sharp on the last 3 or 4 reviews. While they are reading those 7 to 10 reviews to build trust overall, the ones that carry the absolute most weight, the ones that are the real tipping point, are the most recent ones. Your last 3 or 4 reviews form this unshakable first impression of your current care quality. They don't just want to know if you were good a year ago, they need to know if you are good right now. Imagine falling into this trap, right? Let's say you have this massive profile of 200 glowing reviews. You feel awesome about it. But if the absolute newest review in that stack is 9 months old, it completely fails to answer the one burning question every researching family is asking. Is this community still operating the exact same way it was when these reviews were written? Look, 9 months is literally a lifetime in senior care. Management changes, staff turns over, things happen. A 9-month-old review, even a perfect 5-star one, actually creates doubt. Recency is the only true currency of trust.
Okay, so let's get into the solution. Section 3, the 72-hour review system. This is the 2026 Census Growth Strategy.
So how do we actually fix this? Well, the proactive census growth strategy that consistently growing senior care businesses are using right now is not about just crossing your fingers and hoping a happy family decides to leave a review. It is about taking total, deliberate control of that invisible conversion point. And the magic number here is 72. We are talking about the critical 72-hour mark right after a successful move-in. This is literally the ideal window for action. The dust has settled from the chaos of move-in day, their loved one is getting settled in, and the family is experiencing that profound initial wave of relief. Let's break down this simple, consistent workflow because, guys, this is where the magic really happens. Step 1, you have a successful move-in. Step 2, you wait exactly 72 hours. Let them breathe. Step 3, the admissions coordinator, who is someone the family already knows and has built trust with, sends a specific, personal text message to the primary family contact. And the most crucial part? That text includes a direct link right to your Google review form. You're making review generation a totally seamless, integrated step in your onboarding process. It's personal, it's timely, and it is just incredibly effective at keeping those top 3 or 4 reviews fresh, relevant, and glowing. Let's pivot slightly to Section 4, handling negative feedback. Yep, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. Look, no community is entirely immune to a less than stellar review. It happens to the best of us, and every single researching family actively hunts for them. So I really want you to step into the family's shoes for a second and ask yourself, what do families actually want to see in a negative review? You might think they're hunting for red flags to immediately disqualify you, but families are naive.
They really aren't looking for absolute perfection. What they are intensely focused on is how you handle criticism when things don't go perfectly. When you compare these two approaches, the outcome dictates exactly how you need to operate. A negative review with literally zero response, that communicates absolute indifference. It tells the family you either have no idea what's happening in your own community, or worse, you just don't care. But a thoughtful, specific, and calm response, that communicates accountability. And in the super high-stakes world of senior care, accountability is one of the single most powerful trust signals you can possibly transmit. It shows that there are responsible, caring adults steering the ship who take feedback incredibly seriously. Which leads us to our final section, Section 5, Earning Unseen Trust and Taking a Hard Look at Your Current Reputation Profile.
This is really where the rubber meets the road for your census growth. Please let this quote sink in for a moment. Your reputation is being evaluated right now by families who will never tell you they looked. Right this very second, someone in your local market is making a huge, life-altering decision about your community based entirely on a screen. If they don't like what they see, if those reviews are old, if the negative ones are just ignored, if they can't find those 7 to 10 solid recent testimonials, they are just going to quietly close the tab and call the facility down the street, and you won't even know you lost them.
You absolutely need to know exactly what those families are seeing. If you want to take back control of this invisible conversion point, you can head right over to silvercore.io. You can book a quick call or just watch their demo to see precisely how your current reputation profile appears to the families who are searching for your care right now. You have got to ensure that what they find actually earns their trust. So I want to leave you with this final, really important thought today. Think about your own community's digital footprint. Are your top 3 reviews fresh? Is your team actually utilizing a 72-hour text system? Are you demonstrating real accountability when faced with a bad review? Because remember, the family who needs your care the absolute most is out there doing their research today. Make sure they find exactly what they need to trust you. So ask yourself, what does your current reputation profile say to families searching right now? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep building and keep growing.